Hey YouTube, namaste. I hope you're having a lovely Monday. I'm back with another video because I'm feeling so much better. It's crazy. I did share a little bit in the video yesterday about what I've been going through and like the energies and things, but I do truly believe it's kind of been a collective thing because I've seen it in my group and with people, friends around me as well. So I wanted to put out a little message today, and this video is going to be called How Do We Forgive the Unforgivable? Because I think a lot of us get stuck when people betray us, or when people let us down, or when we're not loved as kids, or when bad things happen to us. It tends to keep us stuck. It tends to ride on our emotions and really physically, mentally, emotionally hurt us, and we can stay stuck in that pain for years, for a lifetime. I know the pain that I had and the resentment I had for the childhood I had stuck to me for so many years, and even when I found out the word narcissist and I went on my journey, I still found it very hard to forgive, so that's something that I've been working on over the past couple of years, and I have truly forgiven my mother now. But another thing come up with me, and I've been pushed again to learn the art of forgiving. But before I go into that, I want to explain why it's so important to forgive, okay? Because some people don't deserve us in their lives, and there's a lot of people out there that have been through a lot worse than what I have, so people can say to me, well, how can you forgive that, but it's never about anybody else. We don't forgive the people that hurt us to let them off, and to be like, oh, it's okay you hurt me, I forgive you, I'm just going to let you do that to somebody else. Sorry, I've just been getting messages. We forgive other people so we don't have to feel that pain anymore, because when we don't forgive, we stay stuck. Okay, we stay stuck in the I'm not good enough, why didn't that person love me, why did that person treat me that way? We feel worthless, we self-loathe, and we stay stuck in that energy, okay? But that other person that has done all this stuff to us doesn't care, because I've said it before, or if I haven't said it before, I'll say it in this video. We can't heal other people if they don't want to be healed themselves, okay? And narcissism, where a lot of us mainly do get hurt by narcissists, and they can be in your family, they can be parents, they can be brothers, sisters, they can be friends, they can be lovers. When we say the word narcissist, people automatically think, oh my God, this is a demon, this is a bad person, and we're going to be able to spot them. Narcissists are anything from celebrities to housewives, and Suna Moon, my channel lady, said this as well, and it is so true. They don't have a certain thing, they can be just victim conscious narcissists, which are covert narcissists, and they can be simple housewives that manipulate, or simple house fathers that manipulate, or they could go extreme and be these manipulative energies that want to control and destroy you. There is no baseline where the narcissists lie. They can be anywhere. But going back to forgiveness and why we need to forgive them is because we're not hurting them by holding on to that energy. We're hurting ourselves, okay? Because we can try and plead and be like, why did they do this to me? Why, try and make them understand the pain. But if you look at it, right, as an empath, which I know most of you are, which will be watching me, if you're an empath, you will be a saver, you'll be a people pleaser, you will see so much because you've got that much empathy for other people. When you see somebody and you see straight into their soul and you understand that they're a good person underneath, they just need to learn this, that and this is kind of what I do. It's okay if you do this, this is why you do what you do. But if you're saying all this stuff to a narcissist that is not ready to admit they are a narcissist, and not ready to heal, and not ready to go into their own shadows and to understand, because narcissists never ever ever will admit okay? Because if they admit their egos are so big, if they admit that they've done something wrong, that hurts their ego, okay? And so they will never admit. So it's like fighting against a brick wall, basically, talking to a brick wall when you were trying to change a narcissist. So when you're going into healing after, and forgiveness is one of the main things in this whole thing, I think, because even when you've walked away from that person, you know, and I've walked away from family members, and I've walked away from the 2 exes before this one, I held on to a lot of resentment for a lot of years for the 3 of them, okay? And how energy works is if we're constantly feeling that negative energy and constantly blaming other people, it's, you know, it's them people, it's the bad people, they are the ones that done this to me, then we're just going to keep on attracting that same relationship, which is exactly what I done last year by attracting the last, let me tell you, the last narcissist I will ever allow in my life. I'm like super empath mode now, but again, you know, we are only human at the end of the day, and being empaths, we can easily get tricked into situations because we see, like I said earlier, we see past what they're doing to us, and we understand why they're doing it to us, and we try and go in and heal them. But again, I'm going around in circles. You cannot heal somebody that doesn't think there's anything wrong with them, okay? And until you heal yourself, they will never understand what they've done, okay? So how do we forgive them and break this chain of staying stuck, you know? And it's something that I've been learning, because when I split with him now, I really found it hard to forgive him for what he's done, you know, and to understand that he was only living on the consciousness that he was living on, you know, because if his level of consciousness and understanding and empathy were there, then he never would have done what he had done to me, you know. So how do we forgive the unforgivable? If you're in a place of pain, and if you're in a place of hopelessness, and you're in a place of feeling like people don't understand you and whatever, ask your angels, spirit, the ancient masters, your guides, your actual soul family are all up there watching over you, okay? Even when you feel alone, this is what I started doing. I started asking my guides for help, asking my guides for the unconditional love that other people outside of me weren't giving to me, okay? So when I felt that, and they opened my eyes, and they opened my crown chakra, and they opened that connection to them, then they lifted me out. The angels will lift you out of the people, the narcissistic people's shadow, because that is what they're living in. Narcissistic people and people that hurt you, and people that want to destroy you, or try and bring you down to make themselves feel better, they are living in their shadows, okay? So when they come across somebody that is of the light, and that is authentic, and that is real, they don't like that, because it's highlighting back at them all the shadows that they need to heal. But again, that's an ego wound for a narcissist. So a narcissist isn't going to just say, oh my God, I understand, you know, whereas we will. I've worked a lot on my shadow, and I'm not perfect, far from. I got my puppy here, 1 second. He wants to come up. I'm not perfect at all. We all have our shadows, and we all have our wounds, and everything that we've got to work through. So how you notice the difference between an empath and a narcissist, even wounded empaths, you know, that have gone through stuff and made mistakes, will want to change, will want to look in our shadow, will want to do the inner work. And then you get to, like I said, once you've talked to your masters, your guides, spirit, look at my beautiful boy, he sleeps on my lap all the time. They open your eyes and you see a different perspective. Basically, they lift you out of the shadows that these people have put on you. So for example, if they have a shadow of, if the person that hurt you has a shadow of self-loathing and low self-worth, they're going to project that onto you, okay? So you're going to have no self-worth, and you're going to loathe yourself. So what the angels do is they lift you out of their shadows and into the light, into your own light, and they open your eyes and your connection, and your perception changes and your reality changes, because you see that it was never ever about you. It was never about you why that person hurt you. It was never about you why that person cheated on you. It was never about you. It was always about them and their shadows and their inabilities to be their true selves or to speak the truth. You know, if you're a good person and you speak the truth no matter what, good or bad, wrong or right, you know, you speak your truths and you admit when you've done things wrong, and you were just surrounded by people or even just a person that cannot give that same light and energy and understanding back to you, then there is something wrong with them and nothing wrong with you, okay? So when you realize that, you become back into balance with who you truly are, and you drop the fears, you drop the self-loathing, you drop the pain, and you understand it was never your pain to carry in the first place. These people just projected it onto you, and then you can learn a level of empathy for these people, okay? Because I was just talking to a friend about this, because these people can never truly understand unconditional love. And for me, unconditional love is the only thing that has kept me alive. I just seen 11:11. It is from my brother, and then from my dad, and then from my children, and now from my animals, you know, unconditional love. And from friends that I've picked up along the way now of my journey, that unconditionally love me and not judge me. I think that's what we all want in life, isn't it? You know, is to find people that will not judge and will just understand and will love you regardless, you know. Love shouldn't have conditions on it. You shouldn't be, oh, well, I love you, but you do this wrong. So because you do this wrong, I'm going to take away my energy, or I'm going to punish you, you know, because you've said that or because you've done that. No, you should just unconditionally love somebody anyway. But like I said, people with lower level energies or wounds themselves, you know, and don't want to heal them wounds or want to stay stuck in their shadows, will never see that. So you'll never get a true sorry out of them. You'll never get the understanding and the empathy out of them until you change. It's only when you change. When a narcissist destroys an empath, they think that's it, they're destroyed, you know, when that person is gone, and I'm just gonna, because they want to take power from the person. So what the best thing to do when a narcissist destroys you is go in, go deep, and work on yourself, and work with source, and work with your angels, and do the inner work, do the healing, align your chakras, give yourself so much love, time and attention, you know, that there is no room for negativity, you know. And bit by bit by bit, it is a process, guys. It's not something that you can just jump in a salt bath and all of a sudden you're going to be healed, you know. By the way, those salt baths are amazing for cleansing any negative energies off you, and I do recommend one every single night. Or even if you haven't got salts, just a shower and meditation in the shower, as like you're washing all the bad stuff off you. But I'm going far out of track now. But I hope this makes sense. How do you forgive the unforgivable? Is you learn and adopt a pattern of empathy for these people, because they can never love like you can, you know, and they're living in their wounds and their shadows, and they're not strong enough to face their wounds and their shadows. So then you've got to feel empathy for them people, because they're not really living a real, true, authentic, happy life, just being themselves. And you've got to feel a bit of empathy for them, because people are not born narcissists. People are not born bad people. Every baby that comes into this earth, I mean, I know we all come with our own karmas and our own debts and all the rest of it, but every baby that's born into this earth is pure and clean. It's only by the conditioning and by how your mother loved you and how you were treated as children and all the rest life brings, then do these narcissists get made. So somewhere along the line in their lives, they were hurt, they were destroyed, they were rejected and caused so much pain on them, and that's why they go around and cause other people pain, you know, which is not right, which is totally not right. And I totally 100% agree, we need to like change and shift this reality, because I would like to see the narcissists heal as well, you know, because what a waste of a life, that they can never be their true authentic selves. And this is why I started growing and I started healing, because I wasted all of my 20s, you know, being the wounded feminine and not wearing bikinis and not not going out and being my true authentic self. 1 second, I'm just going to pause this. And I'm back, sorry, it was the dog's dinner actually. I'm cooking him some chops. And yeah, that's how we forgive the unforgivable. And we understand that it was never ever about us. It was never about our lack. There was nothing lacking in us. There was something lacking in them. And these people work on their shadows. They live in their shadows because they're too frightened to face it, you know. And I think how we change the narcissists, and only will a narcissist change, and I'm learning this from my mother, excuse me, is if they see the person that they destroyed rise again, rise out of the ashes that they put them in, and be their true authentic selves no matter what. Then, and only then, will the narcissist look at themselves and be like, there's something wrong here, you know, I've done all this to this person on purpose, and they still haven't been destroyed. Maybe there is something wrong with me, and maybe they will have that awakening, and they will wake up, and they will work on their wounds, and they will heal. And like I said, this is what I want. This is what I want for all people, you know, and everybody can change. We all got our own choices, you know, to change, but we shouldn't be, as healers and as empaths, you know, we're taught to be understanding, we're taught to be empathetic. It's in our DNA to want to help, you know, it's in our DNA to want to save people. But this is where I go back to boundaries, guys, and understanding that there is only so much you can do for people. They've got to want to do it themselves, you know. And so my best advice to anybody that is dealing with narcissists, whether it be in your family, your mum, your dad, your brothers and sisters, your friends, or your lover, is walk away and work on yourself. Okay, put all that energy that you're pouring into trying to heal somebody else that doesn't want to be healed, and pour all that love back into you, and rise up from them ashes. And you haven't got to prove anything to anybody except for yourself. Okay, prove to yourself that you are worthy, prove to yourself that you are enough, you know, because good people don't go around destroying other people. It's just a fact, you know, it's just an absolute fact. So if you sat there thinking, I've lost this person that, you know, they rejected me, or they chose somebody else over me, or they said this to me and they made me feel like that, then I'm sorry, you haven't lost anything. You've won. You've literally won freedom because otherwise you stay stuck in that narcissist's shadows for the rest of your life, never ever feeling good enough. And that is not the way to live your life, okay? None of us are perfect, absolutely none of us, you know. I've got grey hairs and I got a few wrinkles now. I'm nearly 37, you know, and I've got stretch marks, but you know what, the me now that I'm living now, happy and content to just be me and be free, is so much happier than the 20-year-old me that didn't have the white hairs and the lines and things like that, and I still hated myself, you know. So I know this stuff works, guys. I definitely know it's worth it, because at the end of the day, one life we got multiple lives, you know, and I will go deeper into the soul and things the longer I've got this video. But for now, this is the only life that we've got, being us, you know, being this expression of our own soul. So are we going to waste it on what other people think of us, or are we going to put that down, put them to rest, and be our true authentic selves no matter what? I know what my answer is, and I hope yours is the same. So how do we forgive the unforgivable? We accept that everybody is different, everybody is living on their own consciousness, and empathy, understanding for everybody. And then we take the pain away and we take our power back, and we get to be our true authentic selves again, and then surround ourselves with people that understand us as well. That's massively important, okay? Like I said, stepping away from them, doing the inner work. You know, I can't really stay away from my mother, but because I do so much inner work, when something does come up to trigger me, I'll have the answer for her, you know, because I want her to heal as well. Like I said, I want everyone to heal. Narcissism is a disease, you know, and it's not an easy thing to heal, but it can be healed. And I think us empaths are the ones that are going to show them exactly how to heal, by showing them the mirror, the reflection of what they've done, you know. So I'm going to go now anyway. I hope this makes sense, and I hope this eases anybody that anybody's pain that has gone through betrayals, or people cheating on you, people lying to you, or people backstabbing you, people talking about your back. It was never, ever, ever, ever about you. It's always about them. So just keep that in mind. Work on yourself, and I promise you, you will be able to forgive them in the end. Namaste.